All right, let's dive into the emotional heart of the novel, The Witnesses. Today, we're going to follow the journey of its main character, Mara, and really try to understand how a totally normal, quiet life can end up at the very center of an apocalypse, and what it actually takes to stand up when your entire world has fallen apart. The book's dedication really says it all, doesn't it? This isn't one of those stories about a chosen one with some secret superpower. Nope. This is about the kind of profound strength that, well, it surfaces in ordinary people when literally everything has been stripped away. So to really get Mara's journey, we have to start by understanding the world she's about to lose. And her life, it isn't defined by big, dramatic events. It's all about the quiet, everyday love she has for her family. Her entire world is built on these small, intimate moments. Her husband, Bobby, he isn't some action hero. He's the guy who remembers to set the coffee timer, who leaves little notes in her lunch bag. Their connection is all about these quiet rituals, a deep, unspoken affection that is the absolute bedrock of her world. And then there's her son, Toñito. Oh, he's just brought to life with these perfect little details. His serious way of talking about cartoons, a dream he had about a spaceship, and that amazing grin with the missing teeth. He feels so incredibly real, doesn't he? He's not just a plot point. You get right away that he is everything to Mara. And this charm she wears, it's so much more than a piece of jewelry. It's a physical symbol of her nickname for Tonito, her little teddy bear. And the love that this little thing represents, well, it's about to become the source of her deepest pain. And then, somehow, her guiding light through all the darkness.
Okay, so take a deep breath because now we're going to witness the exact moment this beautiful, quiet world is just obliterated. And the story doesn't just show us some distant catastrophe. It puts us right inside Mara's head, forcing us to experience it all through her terrified eyes.
And just look at how fast this all happens. This is not a slow burn apocalypse. We're talking less than an hour, and the basic rules of reality just get thrown out the window. The ocean literally vanishes, the ground splits open, and then that thing appears in the sky. All of normal life is just gone in minutes. This is the moment it all becomes horribly real for Mara. Suddenly, it's not about the impossible object in the sky anymore. It's about finding her little boy in the rubble of his school. And her desperate plea? That's the sound of her entire world dying. It's the true, agonizing start of her journey. Now, from this place of absolute rock bottom, something really unexpected starts to happen. Out of all that ash and grief, a new kind of family, a new community starts to form. And Mara's quiet, shattered strength somehow becomes an anchor for these other lost souls. And this new family, they're not a team of superheroes. They're just a broken collection of people. A reporter, a medic, a priest who's losing his faith. And they're all drawn to Mara, not because she's giving orders or has all the answers, but because her quiet, immense grief is a mirror for their own. In her stillness, they find a way to hold on. This is where you see Mara's entire purpose start to shift. Her journey changes from just trying to survive day to day into a kind of philosophical quest. The big question isn't how do we stay alive anymore, it becomes something so much deeper. Why should we? And from this point on, something really fascinating begins to happen. Mara starts to become a symbol of hope. But here's the thing, she's not even trying to. Her own quiet, personal journey of grieving her son starts to ripple outwards, creating this myth that she has no idea even exists at first. This is how it begins. Just whispers, rumors, strange symbols left in the ruins. People who have never even met her start telling her story. She's not just another survivor anymore. She's becoming a kind of legend, a living piece of folklore for what's left of humanity. This scene right here, it's the absolute turning point. When she buries Toñeto's little teddy bear charm, she takes an act of saying goodbye, of burial, and turns it into an act of creation. It's a promise she's making to the future, literally planting a seed of hope in the burned-out ground. And then, wow, the world actually responds. This impossible, miraculous little tree starts to grow, and it confirms that her act of faith wasn't for nothing. It's this powerful, real sign that she is on the right path, that her promise was heard, not just by her friends, but by something much, much bigger. So this path she's on, it inevitably leads to a final confrontation. Her whole journey, all the loss, all the grief, and all the hope she's gathered along the way, it all comes down to a single moment where she has to speak for every single one of us.
And this is the ultimate test, isn't it? The cosmic being that shattered her world boils its entire judgment down to this one question. It's not about how smart we are or how strong. It's about our basic character. Who are we when we think no one else is looking? Her answer is just perfect. So humble, so honest. She doesn't lie and say humans are perfect. She doesn't even say we're good. She just asks for a chance to become better. It's not a plea for salvation. It's a plea for potential.
And the being's verdict completely reflects her answer. Humanity isn't saved. There is no magic button that resets everything. Instead, they get exactly what Mara asked for, a chance. The trial isn't over. In a way, it's just beginning. They've earned the right to try and save themselves. And so, in the end, Mara's journey comes full circle. It closes with another one of her quiet statements of incredible strength. It's not some triumphant yell, it's just a simple declaration of endurance. The end becomes a new, very uncertain beginning, and her emotional arc is complete. She's gone from a grieving mother to a symbol of humanity's stubborn refusal to give up.
And that's what I want to leave you with. Mara made her case with her grief, her compassion, and her promise to her son. But if it were you standing there, being asked to provide the evidence for all of us, what would you show? What part of us is really, truly worth saving?